Those coals are all red hot. You guys ready?
There's no turning back now.
Oh, are you nervous at all?
No.
A little.
What are you cooking?
We're gonna be cooking, well, at the bottom of your feet.
We're looking at the science of firewalking.
My name's Kaylee Baker, and I'm a firewalker. I started fire breathing when I was around 13 years old. My younger brother came home one day and said, "Hey, Mom and Dad, can I be in charge of family night? I want to show you how to breathe fire." We'd never done anything like that with fire before. And it was a really fun experience for the family. I honestly thought it was going to be one of those things that we did it once, maybe one more time, and that was going to be the end of it. I was wrong. One day, my mom decided to escalate the situation. She's like, "Hey, I met this guy at work and he teaches people how to walk over hot coals." And I was very unsure as to if I wanted to walk over hot coals that night. It got to the end where we were like practically dancing across the coals because we were so excited that we weren't dying. It opened my mind up to the idea that I could actually do things that I didn't think were possible. From that same guy, I ended up taking a course from him on how to become a firewalker instructor. Now it's been a year since I got that certification, and I finally started teaching firewalks without my mentor there. I usually introduce people to fire spitting first because it lets them get close to the fire without as much risk of being burned, and it helps them overcome some of those thoughts of like, if I am close to the fire, I'm going to get burnt. And after they can overcome that, and I see that they can listen to me, because that's another thing, if they don't listen to the instructor, they're going to get burnt. But once I see that they can listen to me, I can then take them and help them be able to cross the coals safely. Kevin, one of my mentors, he helped out with the Mythbusters episode on firewalking. And he taught them all how to lay out the coals, how to set the right mindset, how to overcome fears, and some of the science behind it so that they could walk over the hot coals. I say they, meaning the crew. The main characters of Mythbusters were not there that night. That was all fine, that was all Kevin had agreed to, but then the crew went back and in this episode, and they made their own firewalk. And they were not certified in this. Then the main characters tried to go across the hot coals.
Will he get across unscathed, or will those red-hot coals fry his feet?
Third-degree burns all the way down, had to go to the hospital. And so that's the importance of having a proper trainer and researching those people that are going to be teaching you. Because if you get the wrong people involved, you're going to get the wrong results. There is some mentality involved in it, and there is some amount of how much confidence you have that is going to affect your firewalks. But some of it is science. If you don't stand in the flame too long, you're likely to not get burnt. But there are other people that do get burnt. There are tribes in Africa, as a coming of age event, the young men will bury themselves in these burning coals, and they won't be burnt. With firewalking, how you're thinking about things affects your body. Half of it is just science and technique and knowing the rules, and the other half of it is mentality, because there's something that goes along inside of your body that helps you be able to walk across these coals. Everyone always asks when we're doing firewalking, what's the trick? What's the secret? How are you doing that? There's no trick. The main lesson I want people to learn is the value of educating themselves about things in this world. A lot of people, the first thing they hear about fire is don't touch the hot stove, it will burn you. And they just kind of stop there. on this surface level of research. And it's not until you learn the principles behind something that you can really use it to your advantage. And so when you learn the principles behind breathing fire, you can do fire tricks safely, but you can also go out into life and go, you know what, I thought it was impossible to get a career as a CEO in a business. Well, it's not impossible, you just don't know how to do it yet. With anything, you need to start smaller and work your way up. And so in industry, we call that sequencing. We start them off with something that just makes them a little bit uncomfortable. And we talk about, okay, how do we deal with this small amount of feeling uncomfortable? And then we do something a little bit scarier, like trying to eat fire or spitting fire. Once you can learn how to master that, then you can learn how to master something a little bit more extreme. And we do this 3 or 4 times in an event, and then we get to the firewalking. In a weird way, fire breathing and firewalking has taught me that I do have value as a person. Before firewalking and before fire breathing, I never felt like I had any really talents or anything that I could offer to the world that was unique. And I felt lost because of that. I don't know why I felt like I had to be different to be valuable, but I did. And through the firewalking and fire breathing, I learned I can do this. And so I felt really special doing it. Everybody has value and they have this potential to do greatness inside of them. And it's just a matter of learning how to recognize that in yourself. And that's one of the main reasons I went and started teaching other people, to help them recognize they have something cool about them too. And if you can just let it out a little bit and not be afraid of it showing, it can change your life so you're happy. And I think that's more important than anything else.